Hey, friends! Androids. They're a thing, apparently. This time, I have a movie for you featuring an android in a project produced by none other than Star Trek's Gene Roddenberry. The Questor Tapes from 1974. Another failed pilot for a proposed series turned TV movie. I'm pretty sure it was Michael, one of my viewers, who recommended this one a while back. I never saw it, so when Kino Lorber had the Blu-ray on sale recently, I grabbed a copy. Our story goes like this. The Grabco Corporation, really a robotics research lab at a university or something like that, is trying to assemble and activate an android, eventually named Questor. Said android was created by a guy named Vaslovik, who disappeared. The tech in the android is far beyond anything the team understands, and Grabco wants to figure it out so they can make money. Anyway, one of the scientists working on the android is this guy, Jerry, who doesn't like Grabco's motivations. He wants to see Vaslovik's vision realized. Anyway, the attempt to activate the android leads to mixed results. Everyone goes home for the night, and the android wakes up and begins to assemble itself, giving itself human appearance. Then it walks out and goes to the library, as you do, and learns all about Vaslovik from his collected papers. From there, he basically kidnaps Jerry and goes on an odyssey to find his elusive creator. The pair being dogged by Grabco the whole time. They make friends with this shady lady in England who has info they need. See, Questor's creator left data tapes to program the android with, but the guys in the boardroom at Grabco Tech damaged the tapes while trying to figure out how the code worked. They want to use their own programming, but they wind up having no choice but to use the damaged original tapes instead. But now Questor has to try and reconstruct the missing information on the damaged tapes, hence the title of the movie, The Questor Tapes. Part of the draw here is that no one really knows what the purpose of Questor actually is. Is he friend or foe? And there are valid concerns that he might be dangerous to mankind. In our cast, we have Robert Foxworth as Questor. He's done a metric ton of things on TV and the big screen over his career. He starred in Falcon Crest, was in LA Confidential, and was the voice of Ratchet in the Transformers movie franchise. Foxworth was originally offered the role of Trapper John on MASH, a character later replaced by B.J. Honeycutt, played by Foxworth's co-star here, Mike Farrell. Farrell, of course, is most famous for his turn as Honeycutt in that series. Dana Wynter plays the rich, shady lady who helps Jerry and Questor. She was in lots of stuff too, like The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, The List of Adrian Messenger, Sink the Bismarck, D-Day the 6th of June, and more. The nature of her character's operation is very vague. Generally spying or data brokering or something like that. Anyway, she isn't given much to do here. Perennial baddie John Vernon plays the CEO of Grabco Industries, or whatever. He's always good as a heavy. And Lou Ayres has a short bit as the creator of Questor, Dr. Noonien Sung. Vaslovik. And two Star Trek alum turn up in this as well. Majel Barrett plays a scientist working for Grabco, and Walter Koenig plays an administrative assistant. One of the other scientists was played by James Shigeta, who starred in Midway, Die Hard, and the Yakuza movie I've reviewed before. He also did lots of TV, a very familiar face. So, the Questor Tapes features this here human-looking android who talks funny, right? But the Questor Tapes isn't the only android show in town. No, it's not to be confused with Future Cop, a 1976 series featuring Ernest Borgnine, Michael Shannon, and the late John Amos. Shannon is the android. In that one, veteran patrolman Ernest Borgnine gets an android for a partner, and though he doesn't really like the idea at first, Borgnine eventually warms up to his new partner. It's all pretty dopey, but hey, I admit, I own the DVD. This one isn't exactly a comedy, but there are elements of humor throughout. It's kind of interesting, and at least ran for one half season. It was also followed by a TV movie with the same cast called Cops and Robin in 1978. And then there's the TV version of Logan's Run from 1977, which also featured an android who very much appeared human, although that one's set in the far future, so it kinda doesn't count. But the point is, Questor isn't the only one. Human-looking androids are a pretty cheap and budget-friendly option for sci-fi projects, especially if they go around trying to understand humanity, like most of them do. And most of the time, they don't even need special makeup or anything. Data is an exception, getting some face paint and contact lenses, but most of the time, they just have to hire an actor, have him walk and talk stiffly, and muse on humanity and human emotions, and presto, you've got yourself an android. The most they have to do is show a model of a chest panel opened up with blinky lights inside. It's the future! The Questor Tapes, unlike most other android-based projects, takes its premise seriously, and you can see the origin of Data in this. He asks a lot of the same questions Data would, and his desire to understand humans, if not become human himself and all of that, is here in the Questor Tapes. Roddenberry submitted this pilot for consideration, but pulled it after studio heads wanted to change things up and eliminate Mike Farrell's character, replacing him with a series of romantic partners, and generally dumbing down the whole project. So the pilot just became a TV movie instead. Like a lot of the TV pilots turned TV movies I've covered on my channel, it's a shame we never got to see a series from it, leaving us only with the tantalizing possibilities of what could have been. We can imagine Questor and Jerry doing some globe-trotting in search of his identity while on a mission to save the world. Or destroy it, or not. Sadly, this series never happened, but at least we got Lieutenant Commander Data out of it anyway. The Questor Tapes does have a bit of stiffness and janky moments that lack polish, and that's mostly down to it being a pilot. Both Farrell and Foxworth are really engaging to watch, so I'll give this one 2.25 paws. Beyond just Roddenberry completists, it's an interesting watch and certainly worth seeing for fans of sci-fi. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.